Hello and welcome. This is Ghost, your host. Empire in Decay, fantastic new game coming from Siesta Games. They are not sponsoring, but they did ask me to test out the game and make a video and give my impressions. So here we are. I have played a little bit. We're going to start with the Demorites here. I'll explain things as we go. We're going to pick up the guild for our secondary faction. Let's continue. So we have an initial deck. This is a deck builder, chess-like, roguelite, Slay the Spire sort of built-in mechanics as well. This is a fantastic game. We're going to collect an heirloom here to start. Draw 1 extra cards every 3 turns, or increase +3 actions on the first turn of each battle. Let's do that. Never know when it could come in handy to have a few extra cards played. We're going to add a card to our deck. We may as well pick up a knight. Knights are strong. When we go into the first fight here, let me explain. So it is a chess-like game. You can see the board there on the screen. This is the board. These are our cards. Top left, we have health. This blue line, this is our zone. If the enemy comes in and hits the ground in this blue zone, we take damage. You have to defend the blue zone. Taking damage down to 0 kills you. You are out of the game. Next to the health, we have our money bag. You can get money throughout this game, and there are shops. You can also upgrade cards. You can buy gems to put in the slots next to the card symbols there, and you can also buy new cards. We could potentially save up and buy a very good card. Now, this is a chess game, so it's a chess board. Here, this is our soldier card. It has 70 HP, and at the top left, you can see it's a pawn. This card is going to move exactly like a pawn would. Here we have a knight, right? It's going to move like a knight would. This is another pawn, and here we have our leader, our king, who's going to move how a king would. Now, if you don't know how chess works, let me put our king down. You have to put pieces down in front of your blue zone. Let's put the king down here. The king can move on the next turn after you summon a unit, you can move them on the next turn, and the king can move in any direction 1 space. Pawns can move forward 1 space or 2 spaces on their first turn. Knights move in this funny sort of forking angle here, this like hook angle. They go up 1, 2, 3 to the left, or 1, 2, 3 to the right, or 1 down, 2 to the left. Always this hooking angle. It'll make sense when you see it. Okay. So this pawn over here, this thug, it does 10 damage on its auto attack, and we'll get into auto attack soon. And it's going to move forward here to this space. They're also summoning another thug and a knight of their own. So we want to counter this guy. We should have put our knight here. What we can do is actually reset this turn since we only played our leader. Let's go back, and we can see this pawn's intending to move here. If we put our knight here, then on the next turn we can take him. We can take him with our knight. So that's a good move for us there. We're also going to put our king here, and we're going to place our pawns on either side, and we'll end our turn. So this pawn moved forward. You see it attack there at the end of its turn. Now we can take that piece. We can also wait, because this knight is planning to go here and take this space here. So if we moved our pawn forward, it's going to attack his pawn. Our pawn's doing a lot more damage, so we will over time win this engagement. We get a free auto attack when we attack. Auto attacks and any damage, I believe, of your units will increase by your courage on this class. When I'm using the Demorites, which is this symbol at the top left here, they get increased damage based on the courage. So he's doing 120% damage, so 20% damage bonus. Next we have a push. Push is something we can use on one of our units to actually push an enemy back. If they collide with another enemy unit or the wall, they take damage. So in this case, if I push him back, he takes 0. You can see +0 because he just goes back 1 square. We can move our king back in a defensive posture, but what I like to do is play him forward just to get an advantage in combat. We're going to play our pawn forward here as well to try and be aggressive on their summoned pawn coming up. And I think we just end our turn. We're going to try and take this pawn that moves here with our pawn, and we're going to take his knight with our knight. then we will have to deal with this pawn coming back. So what we're going to do is we're going to put sabotage on our pawn this turn, which actually went on all of our units. I didn't realize it just gave it to all of our allies. So we have 170 courage. At the end of this turn, our guy's going to hit him for 17. And we will save our last exhaust, our last resort here. We also have a logistics officer. Draw 3 cards, discard one of them. Let's use that, see if we can get a card that we'd like. Sabotage again, sounds perfect. So we are going to discard the logistics officer. Let's sabotage again. 220, giving him 22 damage. It's going to be pretty close to dead on the next turn. Let's end turn, and we should get an auto attack off here, I believe. Oh, that's interesting. So I didn't realize that if you've moved, that's your auto attack. And then when you end your turn, the auto attack doesn't go off. So we would have to wait till the end of our turn for the auto attack to go off. Now we're going to jump over here with our knight and take their knight. Then we can take with our king, actually. We could take with the king. We can also push. We could push him this way, which would do 12 damage. I think what I want to do is just take with the pawn though, and then push this guy into the wall. On your first kill with a unit, you will see a cinematic. It's pretty cool. The animations are pretty cool. There is also a speed up feature. We're going to put it on just 1 extra speed. It goes all the way up to 4, but we're going to go up to 2 here. I want to try and kill this guy by pushing him into the wall. We can do 12 here, another 12, and then we can push him for 12. That's not enough though. That's all right. We'll get him on a future turn. He's going to take 1 step forward. Not a big deal for us. If we have to, we take him with a knight. This pawn's going to move forward, and we can take with ours. I think what we do is to save a card, we could move our king back this turn, and then he can take this one on the following turn. All right, let's end. So they all move forward as they had told us from their intentions. This bishop's going to try to take our pawn. We can actually just take him with our knight though. And then we will take this pawn. And we can step forward. And then if we push the knight to the side, now he's under threat from our pawn here, and he can only move back 1 space. We can go here and take this pawn. Do some damage to that one as well, I think. Yeah, 24. Very nice. And if we draw cards, we might actually be able to kill them both here. No. Let's take this one. Let's draw again. So there's the last resort that we wanted. Okay, let's see. We've got 10 damage. We can kill this guy with last resort. So he's dead now. And then we'll just sabotage once and turn. There's nothing he can do. Whenever a pawn reaches the opposite end of the board, it's promoted, and a unit card appears in your hand at 0 cost. I just want to show you guys what that looks like. So we get the pawn to the end. He gets promoted. We gain a priest. We can put the priest here just for funsies. Let's move this one forward as well. Cool, we got another priest. Lovely, and we're going to take with our king. And that's the end of round 1. Let us continue. Such a fun game. If you like chess, if you like deck builders, fantastic game. Absolutely fantastic. All right, we can add a card to our deck. I would like to get a bishop. I think bishops are very strong. Or we could pick up a second knight. Let's take a bishop. And we get a gem here as well. Remove exhaust. Remove exhaust from a card to avoid it disappearing after being used. That's really nice. We can put this on our last resort. so that we never lose last resort. It's always going to be a big chunk of damage. Receive gold. Thank you. We're going to the guilds and we're going to add a card to our deck. Soldier's Pride. Plus 25% courage per allied unit. That's quite strong. Or we can pick up another sabotage. We don't want that. Bleeding deals 5 times damage, 5 times total stacks of bleeding at the end of your turn. Decrease 1 stack per turn. This would apply 1 stack of bleeding to all enemies. That actually seems quite strong. I'm curious to see how strong that can get. Let's pick it up. The Underworld, we're going to the training grounds. And we're going to spend gold to upgrade your units. We might want to save. I found out when I was playing earlier that it's better to probably save money and get a better card. We go to the academy and purchase a gem. Some gems are worth. Ignores bleeding, upgrade to the unit. Heal or increase health by 60. Increasing a health by 60 is a lot. I might just buy that just to hold on to it. Remove exhaust is also really good. Appears in your first hand. I'm gonna buy that to put it into. I think we should put it in our bishop because we have the extra action points in the first turn, so we should be able to get our bishop on the board as well. And let's save the rest of our money here. Let's go to this first fight in the Underworld. Continue. So now we have a 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5 by 8 board. A little bit bigger, but the rules are the same. They're going to summon a pawn, and they've got 2 pawns right now. This pawn's moving here, this one's going here. Let us... This pawn moves. This pawn moves. They're going onto dark squares. They will go into light squares after that. However, this pawn at the back here might move forward 2 spaces and defend. So I'm better off going onto a dark square with my bishop, I believe. I could be wrong. Let's go light squares. We have ways to push him onto dark squares later as well, so he doesn't have to stay on there. We'll put our leader in the center. And we'll put a soldier on the side. And just because we have the actions, we're just going to hit these guys for 10 each. Why not? End turn. Okay, so we can run up here and threaten this pawn. I'd also like to have a threat on this disciple. So we might jump him over here. Then he gets a free kill on this pawn. I can't deal with the disciple then though, unless we can push this guy out of the way. To start, we will get our knight on the board. Let's run up here. That'll get an attack on this guy. Perhaps we should have used our sabotage first to increase the damage of our acolyte just then. But he's applied weak, so it doubles damage received by cards and auto attacks for 1 turn. So it's going to take 20 damage now from this. We'll just end there. So there's a bishop there. He's going to summon 2 knights. I think we move back here to avoid taking the hit. Now this pawn moves forward and this bishop stops here. This pawn moves forward. We can last resort here as well. That takes him out. Perhaps we last resort here. And then we can move our king to the left. Get a free hit there. That's an easy kill. I will summon a soldier back here. I will move our knight forward to get him active. And just to make sure my king, he does not take damage, we'll push him to the side. And because this pawn's going to here, the bishop's going behind. So I'm going to actually use my push to put my knight here so that the bishop comes behind and we can jump on him. I'm happy with that position. Yep, so the bishop's behind now, so that's a free kill. We're in check because the bishop can take our king. We can go here and take the bishop. That takes us out of check. We can also take both of these pawns. Or rather, the bishop and the pawn. Okay, he's got some knights here that are going to try and jump onto my knight. I can push my knight out of the way, which I think I will do. So we're going to push our knight. Oh, of course. The knight can just switch its direction and jump on us here. That's unfortunate. We don't have a way to save our knight, unfortunately. The best we can do is try to sabotage this guy here. Perhaps we just increase our courage. Sabotage for 16. This card deals bleeding. Units with bleeding receive 5 damage. 5 damage for each stack. Each turn, the piece loses 1 stack. So it would just give them both 1 stack. They'll both take 5 damage. And we're just going to hit him for 16, knowing that we did make a mistake. Now we could go back and redo that turn. Maybe we do. We do this. We come back. Okay, takes. We use the pawn to push the knight forward. So now he's not under threat. Then we caltrops. Buff. 16. I think 16 to 1. I could have done 10 to both, or I could have actually done 20 to 1. Okay, that was a mistake. Alright. We're learning, we're learning. The first Longo Showman. Okay, here we go, here we go. The first boss, he's arrived. He's shown his face. We're going to take this knight. And we're going to take this knight as well. Easy does it. Now we have pretty big kill potential on the boss here, because he's going to move forward and we have a knight in the side. We don't mind losing this pawn, but we could trade with the king. So right now we need to focus on getting rid of the 50 armor. You can see their king, the enemy king, has 50 armor. You cannot capture a piece that has armor. Capturing is when I jump straight on top of them and get the insta-kill. I can't save my guy here unless I push him. I'm a bit confused. Oh, I see. The knight's just going to go there. Of course. Like, it wasn't the best push. We could have pushed him back. But now he's going here and we can't even get a trade. Can't even get a trade with the king. So we made a mistake there. Let's sabotage. Last resort to take out the armor. Then if he moves forward, we can take with the knight. Yeah, alright. We're gonna lose a pawn. That's okay. He moves forward. He gains 20 shield. Now as long as we can take away the shield, we're golden. We take with the knight and win this round. we're gonna have to draw cards. Get rid of the push. Draw more cards. Get rid of caltrops. Okay, last resort's enough to get rid of this armor. So we do that. Last resort. And then we take. And that's the game. Nice. Coins. Action card. We could get another last resort, which would be pretty strong. I think we will. Gem reward. Adds ignore burn upgrade to the unit, so it can't be burnt. Actually, on our leaders, not bad. On a knight's not bad either. Let's pop it on our knight. Increase 25 health for rook type units. Oh, I actually haven't had a rook yet in this game. I'm going to upgrade our leader. Increase courage by 25% and add 10 armor every time you use a card with exhaust. Or captain. Courage plus 10% for every unit. Let's just grab that one. Constant 10%. Continue. Okay, now we have an option in the tree. These two are locked. We can go to a regular battle, which is a 6x6 board with 5 waves. Or we can go to another regular battle, which is 4x8 and 6 waves. Do we prefer the wider board, or do we prefer the longer board? I think wider is better for us because we have a bishop and nuts. So we're going to go this way. It is important to look at the little events on the way as well. Remove unwanted card from your deck. I think I want to get rid of one of the deep cuts. I don't know if they're helping me. Oh, we can just remove as many as we want. That's interesting. Well, the pushes are really useful, so we keep those. I'm gonna get rid of the other deep cut as well, maybe. No, we'll save one. It is still 10 damage. It's just, it costs 2. It's quite expensive. Okay, we're gonna sit on that. That's fine. Special event, make decisions. Oh, okay, okay. As you navigate the bustling street, a commotion in a shadowy alley draws your eye. In the center of it, a shady figure is running a shell game. Easy money, sir. Place a bet and walk away a rich man. Your instincts war between the allure of more money and the risk of being swindled. What do? Let's go all in, 60%. Or we just lose all our money. Maybe we can bet half. 50% chance to win, 50% chance to lose, 50-50. If we go half, we still remain with 140. I don't know, the money we have right now could be enough to buy a potentially very good card in a later shop. Let's try. Oh, we lost. Okay. Well, at least we didn't lose all of our money. Alright, spend gold to upgrade units. I don't really want to upgrade. And then Echoing Glass, duplicate any card except for your leader. We could duplicate our Acolyte that appears in our first hand. So we could have 2 bishops. We shall do that. So now we start with 2 bishops. And hopefully from this battle we can go back up to about 200 cash, because that would be nice. Alright, there's a bishop there and he's going to this square here. So we want to put our bishop here. And that's 1 dark square, so let's play 1 on the light squares as well. We're going to put our leader off into the corner. And we're going to put a pawn here. And we can't use the push just yet, so we will end turn. Okay, this is a free take, so we're taking that one. We'll summon our soldier to go onto this side here. And let's see. That's a rook coming out onto the light square there. We could move up here, take the hit from the pawn and kill the rook immediately. I think that's the play. We'll take a hit here, but honestly, I'm okay with that. And we can even, like, we could get some hefty damage on this guy. We'll just get rid of this. That's nice that we drew the last resort here, because now when we discard it, it's going to gain more damage. We can use this one to go for the kill, I believe. Yes. Nice. So we took out that pawn, and we're going to discard this one. Beautiful. Let's continue. Oh, we should have moved our king back a space, probably. It's okay. Now, here's an interesting mechanic. Even if they're summoning something here, if I move there to take, it's actually going to kill my bishop when it's summoned. So for me to save my bishop, I'm going to need to have another unit up here to help push him back, or at least to the side. So if we go up here... Oh, we can't take because he has 25 shield. Get rid of 15. There we go. So now we can take. And we are safe here. Then we can take the rook. Now we're in trouble of losing our bishop to their bishop. But if we could get a trade, that wouldn't be too bad. Let's move up here. Let's try to advance and get some promotions. And we will play our knight on this square. And we'll pull our king back so that we don't take a hit. And we can jump him with the knight when he moves forward. We are going to lose one bishop here. So maybe I've made a mistake. We'll find out. So he summons a bishop onto that space. Okay. How do we want to do this? If we just move forward, it blocks any movement. The bishop comes here, and then we can take with the knight. But I just move forward. Move our knight back here. Now we can trade the pawn for this bishop. And we can retreat our bishop out to safety. We can move it back here, putting a threat on this pawn. I wish I could push my guy to take him. That would be cool. Okay, we are going to sabotage and apply weak to this guy here. I think we move forward just to hit the pawn. Yeah, take it out. Nice. Okay, and turn. So we lose our pawn. He summons a bishop. He has another bishop following up, but we can take with our pawn and then take with our knight. So we can take here. And here. Easy peasy. And we can just move our king forward to get out of any threat. And start working on these guys on the outside. Perhaps we last resort this guy here. And we'll sabotage this guy on the right. Even push him. And our turn. Use our king to take the knight. Last resort. And sabotage. Push. And that's the win. Beautiful. Continue. Alright, give me some money. Thank you. Over 200. We add a card to our deck. Grants 50 armor. That's interesting. So we could do that to an ally or an enemy. Increase mana +2 next turn. Oh, they are calling it mana, not just actions. Adds to your hand, healing blend ×2. Any sell this card is applied on any cell. Okay. Stash. I don't know what healing blend does. Increase mana next turn's interesting. Let's skip. Let's add a gem. Increase attack damage to the action or auto attack. That's cool. Let's just put that on a pawn. Let's just pop it on this soldier here. Very nice. Continue. And we get money. We love money. And choose a unit card to add to your deck. A barracks. Oh, we have a rook here. Our first time having a rook. Very nice. We are going to take the war machine. And we'll acquire an heirloom. Increase courage by plus 25% every turn at the start of your turn. Oh, that's nice. Increase 10 health and 5 damage for your pawn type units. Ooh. Attack of the pawns? Let's just grab the extra courage. And then purchase gems. Add a stack of burn, ignores stun. Add stun. That's powerful. Let's buy that. Let's add stun to a pawn. Or do we put it on the war machine? Because he can zoom forward. And just stun multiple enemies. I like the idea of that. Alright, let's go back. Let's fight. Okay, 4 waves. First wave has spawned. We are going to summon our leader. What do we have here? 2 pawns. And behind them are rooks. 2 rooks. And they all seem to be applying burning. Ignores burning effect. Leaves on death a cell with burning effect. And these guys apply burning by 1. Leaves ethereal flames in the cells it passes through when moving. So when it moves down, it leaves a bunch of fire there. That's quite scary. They're coming on to a dark square and a light square. So we want to get our bishop to here. For the light square. So definitely at least 1 acolyte's going here. And then the dark square. I guess this one. We can go to here. Let's go to here. We'll put our king in the corner. We'll summon our soldier with our king. And end turn. Okay. They are planning to move. So this pawn's going forward, this one's going forward. We can go to here. And here. And take out both rooks. As fast as possible. And we will move our king. Let's move forward. Let's just move forward. Get involved. We'll summon a soldier in the center. And maybe we'll try to find our knight. We didn't. That's okay. We'll get rid of a sabotage and we will attack this guy's armor. Lovely. I think that's the best we can do for now. I think we... Yeah, that's the best we can do. Okay. King is in check. That's alright. We are going to kill this guy here. And we are going to kill this guy here. He does have a bishop there. Am I under attack there? Oh, from the knight. Perhaps that was a mistake. Let's go back here. So we're in check from this rook, I believe. If we take here, then we're not under threat by the knight. But we do have to deal with this bishop, but we could push our guy forward. If we go here, take the rook. Take with the king. Can we not? Can we not take with the king? Oh, that's my guy. That's my guy. I see. I think we missed something. Let's go back. Okay, this guy needs to kill this pawn. Oh, but he has armor. I see, that's what happened. So we move here. We deep cut, sabotage, take. We push. No. We push our guy forward so he's no longer under attack. We cannot summon the war machine, unfortunately. We can move forward here and here. And we'll move forward one more space to defend our bishop and our pawn. And I guess we'll just play the caltrops. Unfortunately, we can't summon our war machine here. But oh well, we will draw it again and we will summon it then. Now we have this bishop here that can take this piece here. We can trade our pawn for that rook. Our bishop's being attacked by this rook here. I want to go like this. Oh wait. Reset that one. Okay, that has armor. Yes, we must get rid of the armor first. If I do this, that's enough to get rid of the armor. We take here. Then he can deal damage to the rook. Yeah, beautiful. Now we must move out of attack. This knight's gonna go here. That's okay. I'm tempted to put our pawn forward for this bishop. That's a queen there. So we will lose our bishop if we don't run him away. But I think we can only go here, which is a safe square. Now the queen threatens to kill our king. So we are going to move our king back one square. Is that the right play? I think so. Now the queen's threatening to hit our face. We can kill the queen with this knight. Let's do this. This looks okay. So queen moves down and hits us for 1. Wow, 35? The queen just did so much damage to us. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Don't worry. We don't panic. We're fine. There's a king there though. We could just go all in on this king. How much is a push doing? 18? We can just last resort. Right? If we kill the king, we win. So, problem solved. They summon the king so late, and then we just get an easy win. Alright, alright. That's nice. That was an easy fight. That kind of worked out. I didn't even notice the king was being summoned. What is this? Slash to the face. 25 damage and what is that? Card draw? Next card played this turn is return to the draw pile. Oh, that's interesting. Slash to the face. 25 damage is a lot of damage. Deals 10 damage and 2 stacks of bleeding. Doubles this card's bleeding stacks. Oh, that's really strong. I might have to grab that. We're gonna grab that. Okay, gem reward, ignores stun, upgrade. Ignores stun. Who wants to ignore stun? Let's put it on our soldier. Heirloom, draws +1 card each turn, not bad. And we're gonna upgrade the leader again. Captain plus logistics, or we can upgrade captain again. +2 health for every unit, and the courage becomes 15% for each unit. Sounds alright. Let's do that. Continue. Okay. We want to buy a card. I wish I knew what the icons were exactly. We can add a unit to our ranks. Either way we get money. I think we'll go down. Let's get money. And then go to the barracks and add a unit to our ranks. We could get another knight here. Standard bearer, actually. It seems to be a stronger knight. So it's inspired, plus it has armor plated. +5 armor per capture. Let's grab that. Go to the training grounds and upgrade. We could upgrade our war machine. Giving it strategist. Increases courage by 25% if the unit did not form a capture last turn. Interesting. We go back. That standard bearer can be upgraded as well. +10 armor per capture. That's quite strong. I am going to do that. And then we could even upgrade it again. No, we can't. Can we upgrade our soldier? Veteran is if doesn't move. Undercover reduces damage received by 75% for 1 turn. Let's do that. We have a lot of money right now. I think this is a lot of money. We'll upgrade both of our soldiers. So when they don't move, they just tank a lot. Now they're doing lots of damage as well. This one's doing 30, this one's doing 20. How much does the Acolyte get? Removes 1 stack turn left from all debuffs of nearby allies. Oh, that's interesting. Reduces debuffs on allies. And the war machine is gaining courage. Let's do it. I'd love to actually put a gem in him to reduce his cost. We may as well upgrade this knight while we're at it. Okay, we're going to save the 344. Let's go back and we'll start this fight. Okay. 5 waves remaining. The first wave has pawns that ignore frozen effects, so we're going to have some ice on the field, I guess. Ignores frozen effect. Freeze the 3 cells in front of the unit after moving. Ooh, okay. We have to keep that in mind. So when the bishop moves, it's going to freeze 3 squares. Now, I don't know if that's in front as in on the diagonal or if it's straight down. Let's see. 2 bishops in the middle, pawns on the outside. They all have 10 armor. So let's put a veteran to meet this one. We'll put our bishops in the center. And we'll place our king on the outside. And we will... Oh, we cannot do anything else. We've run out of mana. That's alright. Good turn, good turn. Now we can play cross this way to try and hit these 2 immediately. We can try to break the armor on the bishops as well. This bishop intends to go here and this one intends to go there. So taking these spaces will be fine. We can move our pawn forward and move our king behind. We're going to discard both of these resorts so that they gain more damage. We can summon our knight and our veteran. Let's put our veteran on the left and put our knight behind. And then I think we're happy. Okay, so the freeze, interestingly, went just one space to the side. Okay, we can take here and we can take here, but we need to do 10 damage to each of them first. So this push here should be enough, yes. And the sabotage should be enough. We do want to save for our siege engine as well. Let's sabotage this guy. Then we take... Oh, if we do that, we're going to lose our bishop to this rook. So we don't want to do that. Let's go back here. How do we want to do this? We definitely want to take at least one side. The knight could come forward. If the pawn could move forward. We put the siege engine down here, 100%. We're going to be trading a bishop on this right side, I believe. We are going to do this. Then this bishop comes forward. We can back up with the king. So that we can summon our knight. Oh, we don't have enough for that though. If we sabotage... Wow, is that just killing him? Why is our sabotage doing so much damage? That's crazy. That was crazy. Hold on. What? Alright, whatever. We're happy. We just move on. I'm sure I made a misplay somewhere there. One of your units has undercover. Units with undercover receive only 25% of incoming damage. I see, so he's undercover. But he doesn't have any shields, which means he is going to die to this rook. Our knight's frozen and our rook is frozen. We can actually just one-shot this guy. And this guy. And push this guy to death. And then we can move up to here. We can move forward one space. And we can move forward one space. Oh my, that was so much damage. 67. 6-7, haha. Okay, let's continue. One wave remaining, and it's summoning a queen next with 5 armor. And there's currently 2 knights on the board, and they're going here and here. They will die to both of my guys pretty easily there. Like, how much is the sabotage doing? 27 right now. We can just take. I think we can just take. If I do this and this, that's a free kill. Then we can move our pawn forward. We can also move... just to spend the cards. Why not? Or push. Wish I could push my guy forward, but I can't. That's alright. Oh, we can push our knight to the side. Hold on. If we do this, he gets pushed over, then we can kill the knight. Let's end turn. Now we can kill the knight with our knight. Or we can tank the knight to kill the queen with the rook. Yeah, I think that's the play. So right now we just want to deep cut and take. We'll play the pawn forward to go for the promotion. We can sack the knight so that the rook can take the queen. And before we take the queen, we are going to... Oh, maybe we can just kill it, honestly. Maybe we just kill here. I think the push might be enough. Yep. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So it's not all about chess. Sometimes using your action cards is the way to win. 190 action card. Let's see what we get. Exposed attack. 30 damage. 0 cost 30 damage. That's crazy. What? Applies weak during 2 turns to the attacker. So melee, this card can be played on any cell contiguous to an allied unit. So I think the ally has to attack them, but they do a flat 30 damage just straight away. But then they are weak for 2 turns afterwards. Heals a unit, that's not bad. And then backstab deals 10 damage, applies 1 stack of bleeding. Let's grab that. I have a feeling bleed's gonna be pretty strong. In terms of adds 1 stack of spikes. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna put it on this. I have a feeling bleed's gonna be strong against like a really big boss later on, like this boss here, or this other stuff back, this big boss, you know? I have a feeling, just a feeling. All right. Restore health. Nice. Temple of the Cursed God, get a cursed relic. Powerful heirloom that usually does some bad things. Increase armor plus 10 armor to enemy units, but increases 50% damage or auto attacks every other turn. Every other turn? That's weird. I don't want to give them 10 armor. I'm skipping that. Alright, choose an action card. Another last resort. It's not bad. We are going to take that. Offers a random selection of items. The black market. What have you got for me? Guard tower is a rook. For 140, that's cheap. Keys, draw +3 cards on the first turn of each battle. That sounds good. More options straight away. Ignore stun. First card you play each turn costs 0. That's awesome. Soldier's Flask. Increase 10 health and 5. Oh, that's pawns gaining stats. And this card will not be discarded if it is used, and it will remain in your hand. Oh, if it is not used. That's interesting. Maintain Jet. Is there a card I really want to just keep? Not really. Throat Cutter. Deal 15 damage if the enemy dies. Gain 15 gold. Oh my gosh. That's pretty sick. Cost 70 though. It's a bit late to grab it. It's something you want at the start of the game. We'll just back out of there. Alright, let's battle the Arcane Council in the Cathedral, which is a 5x8 board with 6 waves. Continue. Detonation Warden in the middle here. 15 damage, 60 health, 20 armor. Acolyte Beast on the side. 50 health, 10 armor, 10 damage. Magic Pulse performs a magic pulse attack to all nearby enemies for 5 damage. Interesting. This one's 10. Okay, we have 8 mana to spend. We have 5 pieces we can place on the board. I want to put down this siege engine to try and take out that siege engine, or whatever it's called, Thunder Post Sentinel. So lining them up on each other, but I need to figure out, does that work in terms of turns? We're gonna try it. So that one costs 0, which is cool. And then we can play this Acolyte, light square, dark square. Veteran here and the leader here. And then both of these gain damage because they're being discarded. Beautiful. Now my immediate thought is we just run up to the side here. But there's a guy here in the way. And I don't want to take first. We need some kind of trade for this to work. So we are going to move forward twice here. Hold on. Go back. We are going to move like this and like this. Now he's planning to summon a bishop behind there, which isn't bad. Let's move forward 1 space. May as well put our king here as well. Now we have 5 mana to spend. I think the first card costs 0 as well, if I'm not mistaken. So we will summon a champion here. And a champion here. And then we could put 2 stacks of bleed on this rook and not actually have to deal with it at all. And then we can also push this guy to get rid of his shield. And just do even more damage. Nice. We're not going to move our rook here. No, we need to get rid of the 20 armor there so we can kill this bishop that's coming in at the back. We can take the middle one probably and then trade. But one of these pawns will take, I'm sure. Sabotage gets rid of the shield. We do this first. We don't want to trade a bishop for a pawn. That's not smart. I think we just push for a kill. Draw cards, backstab last resort, not bad. Get rid of the sabotage. We can last resort this guy for a kill. Gone. Now we're no longer under threat. And we could move in and take, but then we'd lose our bishop to the rook. Oh no, we can take his rook now. So that problem's solved. And then we can take this bishop as soon as we remove its armor. Sorry, this pawn. So we will do that. And we'll move our guy forward 1 space. And we'll just move our knights forward 1 space as well. And we'll play a backstab on this guy here. Okay, we're happy with that. I'm fine to leave my king where he is. So 2 knights are on the field. There's a bishop in the center. This knight's going for my bishop here. I'm pretty confident with our veteran taking this guy out because he's doing 107 damage. So he will attack him. Our knight can also kill this guy here. We definitely want to move our knight forward. We could just take now. Let's take now. Then we can move this knight forward to here. Now we need to get our bishops to safety. We can move a bishop to the side here. And move this one here. If we could just kill this knight, that would be fantastic. Okay, he's dead. So we can move our rook to the side so that we're taking on all three of them at once. Now we can even push this guy to guarantee he's dead. I will summon a veteran and end turn. Now he should attack. That's a kill. Beautiful. This guy moves forward. Does damage to our knight. One of our units is frozen. That's okay. Okay, if we get rid of the 40 shield from these two, they're both dead. So can we get rid of the 40 shield? This is doing 31. Not quite enough. Can we draw? Okay, we have a push as well, which also does 31. How do we do this? We definitely want to just take them all in this turn. I think we can. I think, okay. Last resort's just a kill, so we just kill this guy. Get rid of some of this. Push for the remainder and take. Now he is summoning a king back there. Hold on, let's go back. There's a king coming in. We just want to take here, I think. We would lose our knight if we kill this knight, though. This guy's currently not under threat at all. This knight's going to move here. Where's this guy going? It's not telling me where he's going. Oh, he's going here. This guy plans to fight my rook. Last resort's a kill. It's not quite enough. But we could take here and give up the rook. I think we do that. Oh, hold on. We made a mistake. We made a mistake. Okay, we last resort. We sabotage. We take. We make sure we push this guy to break his shield. Shield broken. We lose here. The king's gonna spawn in. We can go like this. This bishop's taking the king, so it doesn't really matter what we do here. Okay, lost the rook, that's fine. Our goal here is to kill the king, so 150 damage. Oh, we lost our bishop. We kind of needed that. 150. Can we do 150? Let's draw cards. Push is not bad. Backstab's good. Blood bring. Okay, let's get rid of the push. Draw cards. We can push him more if we take out one of these guys. If we take out this guy, then we can push this king a few times. Eight stacks of bleeding is pretty massive. Push and push. Oh, then we lose our backstabs. Hold on, let's go back here. These costing one kind of sucks. We definitely want to do this. We want the bleeding. We are gonna put bleed and backstab. So he's got 9 bleeding. And then we will push him once. Oh, we need to defend our face. I don't want to take damage from this rook. Maybe we slow down. Maybe we kill the king on the next turn. We kill the rook. Our knight's gonna hit this guy for 56, so he will die. We could draw to get the bleeds. Put bleeding on the king. And then we can even push this guy to make sure he's dead. Okay, we're happy with that. Hold on, do we want to move? I think we want to move to the right. Move one forward. We're happy with everything else. Let's continue. So he dies. They all move forward. Wow, he does a lot of damage. Damn, took out my knight. That's okay. So these two are both takeable. Wow, it's only doing 18. That sucks. And he's frozen as well. I forgot about that. So he's going to die. Let's just last resort the king here. We'll just put all our damage into the king. Save our guy from being attacked. not move into danger because that would be bad. I guess we'll move one space forward to the king. Okay, let's end turn, see what happens. Alright, we killed one. King moves forward. He's in check now though. Like, he's dead. He moved forward. That was stupid. Why did he move forward? We just deep cut him? Draw a damage card? Like, any damage card? Bang. Take him with a pawn. Taking the king with a pawn is so satisfying. Let's go. Alright. It took us a bit. We've redone a few turns, but we got there in the end. That's what matters. That's what matters. We are still learning. This is our first like full run of this game. There's a tracker. Auto attacks 10 to bleed. Rispo at the start of each turn. It creates a Rispo card at 0 cost. Thief, gain 5 gold every time you do damage with the auto attack. Interesting. I want to grab the tracker. Gem reward, place 3 spikes. No idea. Let's put it on this one. Emerald, increase health by 40. Not bad. Upgrade the leader. We can go more into courage. 2 health, 3 armor for every unit. That's nice. Just no one can be taken until they've gotten rid of some armor first. Denying captures sounds lovely. We get some money. We get a special event. Do you want to go all in? Do you want to take part? Let's take part. Oh, nice. We got some extra cash. Go to the guilds for an action card. Hidden blade. Throat cutter. It's too late for that. Barracks tavern. Here's a heal. Let's grab the throat cutter. And then purchase gems. May as well add all of these. Ignores bleeding. Add 3 stacks of bleeding. 3 stacks of bleeding. That's strong. Just put it on this guy. And ignore bleeding. You can ignore bleeding as well. He's our bleeding boy. Let's re-roll these. Reduce the cost of a card by 1. That is fantastic. Honestly, I want to put that on our siege engine. It costs a lot. And then increase 30 damage attack on action or auto. That's amazing. 30 damage. I suppose that could go on a veteran. You can just stand there and beat people down. Let's do it. 50 damage. Adds frozen. Pop that on one of our bishops, I guess. Or on a knight. Let's put it on the bearer champion. Reroll here. Other damage gem. Lifesteal gem. That's interesting. Oh, add 30 armor. We want to put that on our king, perhaps. And then add lifesteal. Reroll again. What else can we do? Can move and attack in the first turn. Oh my gosh. Let's put that on an acolyte. Adds a stack of bleeding. Okay, we're done. Alright, let's go to the Imperial Palace. Imperial Blades, rather. Here we go. Alright. It's a 5 by 4, 5, 6, 7, 5 by 7 board. They're summoning 2 pawns at the beginning here. Both are playing weak, and then behind them is Fortress Marshal, which is a rook, and the other side is a bishop. Okay, we are going to play our bishop that can move immediately. He is going to go... I want to kill the rook ASAP. So we need to get to this square. We're going to go here and move here and then take there. So he can actually move straight away, which is fantastic. And we're going to kill this rook as soon as possible. Or this knight. Either one's fine. We will play our acolyte on the on the dark squares. We'll play our leader next to him. We'll put our bearer, standard bearer in the center. We'll put a veteran to match with this pawn. And right off the bat, that's all we can do. Okay, let's end. I was gonna sabotage, but we ran out of mana. That's alright. It's alright, it's alright. Alright, we can kill this knight immediately. And put threat on this rook. I think we do that. Seems like a pretty easy play. He had no armor, so it's just an easy kill there. We get a hit off. Perhaps we'll summon our knight. After we move ours forward, let's move forward. Summon a knight. We'll backstab this guy. Sorry, sabotage him. Get him killed. Lovely. This bishop's moving forward 1. Let's hit this guy with some bleed. Do we want to move anyone in? We can bring our bishop up here. And we can move our pawn forward. And we'll bring our king back. And end turn. Our king's pretty beefy though, 45 armor. What a beefy boy. Alright, one of your units has weak. Units this weak take 50% more damage from each hit. Okay. Good to know. There is a queen there. It's a bit scary. We might just lose this bishop here, which is fine to be honest. So let's just take out this bishop and sacrifice this one to the queen. He can get some damage in, maybe? No? That's alright. Alright, he's going to try and take my bishop. I'd like to just kill the queen, to be honest. Nothing summoning behind it. We have a push. How much is that doing right now? 30. That's enough to get rid of the shield, so we can kill the queen. Beautiful. And then summon our siege engine. Let's move our knight. Oh, we can't really. We can move it here. Move this one here. So we can put the siege engine in the middle. We're going to attack the center here. This rook is under attack. Fortunately for us. And we can apply weak here. End our turn. I think I'm happy with that. So now the rook moves forward and kills here. That's alright. Hits our knight and knocks him back as well. Intense, intense. Okay, there's only a one summon back here now, and that is a knight. These both have armor. We are going to have to evacuate with one of our guys. We can kill either of these guys with the other one. That's just a kill, actually. So we'll just wipe him out. That's almost very much a kill. I want to attack this guy. How do I do that? I can't. Unless I go behind him. That hits? Yes. Good. Then we can kill him. And then we can push and take. Now our bishop's covering this square where he's being summoned. This loyalist captain. We will summon a tracker over here. And that'll be our turn. Yeah, let's bring the rook up front. knight. We need to kill this knight. We got a wrist bow. I need to kill the knight, but I don't want to lose my pieces to the summoned pawns. So perhaps we just retreat and kill him with a sabotage. Move our knights forward. Summon the veteran. That's about all we can do here while we wait for pieces to spawn. Happy with that. They come in. Now we've got 3 pawns to deal with, and behind them is another rook. Okay. This pawn can die. Beautiful. And we can Bloodbringer this one on the outside, and we can hit this one in the middle. And we can push him for the kill. We can wristbow the other one for the kill. Nice. And then we can move our knight forward. This knight back. Bring our pawn forward, and we'll just end our turn there. Oh wait, we may as well use this. So if we can get a last resort, then we can discard it and it will increase in damage. Alright, here comes the rook. Is this their last unit? That's their last guy. Okay, we're just gonna slay this rook here. What's our best move here? Bang. Last resort, absolutely annihilated. Continue. 300 coins and an action card. Throat cutter, sabotage. I don't really want any of them. We'll just skip. Gem reward, add a stack of regen. Why not? Put on a push. Bishop units deal plus 15 damage. Nice. We'll continue. Okay, I think this is the last spurt. The last spurt here. So we're gonna get some heirlooms first. Oh, +1 mana each turn. Deal 5 damage to all enemies every time a friendly unit is healed. We don't have any heal. So we are gonna grab the extra mana. Per allied unit, 25% more courage. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. I don't think we need it though. I don't want to fill up the deck. I'm gonna heal when you already have full health. We go to the training grounds. We can upgrade some units. Let's upgrade our siege engine. So it did not capture 50% courage. Upgrade the veterans. Can move 1 tile in any direction except backwards. Oh my. That's crazy. It's not even a pawn anymore. It's just a beast. Let's do this one as well. So now they can move diagonally. And sideways. And then we have 1 more upgrades worth money here. Can I look at the map? I'd like to look at the map, but I can't seem to look at the map while I'm in here. Okay, maybe we just do our standard bearer. Bearer champion. What happens here? 50 to 60 health. 15 to 25 courage. And 10 armor. Let's do that. 10 armor per capture. Very nice. Okay, I think we're done here. Black market. We've spent all our money, so we're not going to be able to afford anything in here. We probably should have checked what was up ahead, because this could have been good. You never know, we might get some good items in here. The final battle. Bring it on. Loyalist captain. Bronze Claw. Oh, this captain's 25 damage. They're pretty tanky. Alright, so we have a very wide board now. We have a 6 by 7 here. Goal here is to positions that we can kill this immediately. So we want to go to this black square. Elite, and then we'll match with the white square there. We're going to put our leader down in the corner. We'll summon a champion to just go up north. And we'll hit this guy's shield for 12. Or we can hit it for 15 and put bleed. Actually 19. And we'll save the last resorts to give them damage. So we may as well hit him for some more. Why not? And end turn. Now he moves here, and he's a free kill. And that would line us up with this pawn. We're also summoning now another Golden Claw. Let's kill first. We can move our pawn 2 spaces forward. Move the bishop here to take the knight when it goes forward. We'll summon a champion. We'll get our king back. That's a kill. We could just kill the pawn though. I think we do that. We'll sabotage the shield. And turn. Now this knight goes forward and he dies. We're already covering these 2 squares, which is perfect. This one's got a decent amount of armor, 60. This one's got 50. The big cannon. We'll put him here. And bearer, we'll move this guy and move and move. I think we leave our bishops where they are so they can take these 2. We can't take this right now, but we could hit it with a spell. Just take away its armor. Chuck caltrops on him. We'll end there. Okay. So now we can take with our pawn. We could move here to take this guy later on. The bishop's got no one behind it, so that's just 60 armor waiting to die. Unfortunately, we didn't do so well in the drawing cards department. Sabotage is good. We'll get rid of the push. Sabotage is 40 and another 40. No, we just take. Absolutely annihilated. That was brutal to watch. We move forward here. I wanted to take this, but I can't, so I think we're going to try and take this guy now. We can backstab. We can take here. Move forward and... Oh, that was enough. Okay. And take. Okay, and the king can just move to the side and we can summon... We want the champion? Yes. Summon the champion. We've all moved. Nothing to push. I guess I could push my knight over. Give him up the field a bit more. Okay, and turn. Okay, that looks like a king in the back there. Yes, that is a king, the tyrant king. 200 HP, 100 armor though. That's the hard part, is dealing with the armor. And the queen's coming next to him. Okay, they have brought in their final pawn over here, which is basically a free kill. We don't want to put pieces on these spaces here. I think we move back. We tried it. He's dead to our champion here. That's doing 260 damage, which is crazy. I could probably kill this guy. We can even just sabotage him. So he's dead. Then we can move our pawn here. It's a subtle sacrifice. Or we can use a last resort. And we can push for that kill. Beautiful. And then he's dead to our pawn. Very nice. Tyrant King has spawned and summoned 2 pawns in front of him. That's 100 armor, but we have 400% damage. Can we do 100 armor? I think we can. Pretty comfortably. And we just take him with a pawn. That's game. Because all you have to do is kill the king. Problem solved. 500 coins. Score 2,352. And we got some new cards unlocked. Some Divine Flume. Select one card from the discard pile and move it to the top of the draw pile. Shield, Exhaust, grant 40 armor to a unit. Blitz, 30% courage. And it says 50% courage here, which is interesting. For each allied unit moved this turn so far. That's pretty cool. So you move all your units and then you cast theirs. And it's going to give you a crap ton of courage. Discard one card and increase courage by 50%. Cool. Okay. Oh, even more. Alright, there's a bunch of new cards. We're not going to read through all of them. We will play them as we get them. Heirlooms unlocked as well. Courage by 50% if you have at least one pawn in play at the start of your turn. That's cool. 100% courage. Increase courage by 50% every time you draw a card. Wow, drawing cards gives 50% courage. Okay. Very cool game. It took us a while, but it's because we're taking things slowly just to get used to it, just to learn the mechanics and understand how things go. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Empire in Decay. If you want to get this game, you can find a link to it in my description. Again, I'm not sponsored. I get nothing for this. It's just a freaking good game. So go out and play it, enjoy it, have a good time, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.